And we're live. What is Joe? Is this Moto Monday 72?
Yep.
Moto Monday number 72 with Bob McAllister.
I almost made 50 there. I think that's number 24 last time.
It's been a little while since we've had you on.
Yeah.
It's been a little while. So, man, has it really been that long? Have we been doing this many podcasts?
Yes, you have.
That's a little crazy.
Over a year.
Now, how many have you watched?
Truthfully, probably a dozen. Because usually I'm too busy doing something.
Fair. You know how many I've watched?
None.
It was none until just recently I went back to the original Moto Monday 1 and watched how bad we were. Just to see how bad we were. And I'm probably, if we keep this going to look back 2-3 years from now and do the same thing at this one. Like, ooh, we were bad. But, you know, I'm a firm believer that sometimes you just have to go out and do it.
Well, were you bad, or is it because you keep changing things?
We're bad.
You've had about 3 or 4 different formats.
Many. And this is a new one today. This is a new one. We're trying the whole 2-camera thing. Last time we tried this, it shut down the computer, but we have a new computer.
Okay.
So we're going to see how it works. And then if it does work this way, then I have to completely redecorate the room so it doesn't look so horrible on camera.
Well, yeah.
Because originally the cameras were supposed to be that way, and we have the big poster there. You know, it's a work in progress. But I'm a firm believer that you have to just go and do it, and you can learn and adapt it on the way. Because there's a lot of people out there who've had like an idea, and they never go do it. They'll wait for the right time.
There's never a right time.
There's never. No. If you always wait for the right time, you'll 8 years down the road still haven't done it. I just go, if I get an idea, I just do it. I hurry up and do it, and you know, a lot of times they'll be half baked and half put together. But as long as, you know, I think as long as you commit yourself to it, you'll figure it out.
There you go.
You'll get it. Audio, video, no, that's my thing. But you know, my intern Joe, I think, might be even worse than me. But you know what? We're dedicated to making it happen.
There you go.
And we're making it happen.
That's right.
I'm learning along the way. Joe's learning along the way. Reese, when he shows up, he's been learning along. We'll see if he shows up on time.
Okay. Well, he missed the race this weekend.
Well, so did I.
Well, you made an effort, though. He did not make the effort like he said last year when we made this bet.
He did not make an effort.
I don't know if it was a bet. It was a challenge to all of us.
Well, so for those of you who don't know, Bob McAllister has been on Moto Monday before, and you're a Northwest pit bike. I don't know what to call you even.
That's a good question.
I don't. What title do I give you?
Old guy out there riding pit bikes.
Yeah. Bob McAllister has one of the wildest collections of pit bikes, and me and him and a few other people were talking
I think
last
there were about
year.
6 of us at the bar.
Yeah, we were
watching
Monster
Energy.
Yes. We were all watching Monster Energy Cup at a bar and talking about how it'd be cool to do the 24-hour race.
Because it was the same weekend.
Mm-hmm. And so we're like, let's do it on pit bikes. Now, out of that whole group, Joel Sterling was there too, by the way. Calling out Joel Sterling. He was supposed to do it.
That's right.
But out of that whole group of people, only you and me actually committed to getting it done.
Correct.
Now, I thought we were going to be on a team. I forgot that we were still going to do the Ironman thing. So Bob here tells me, basically 3 weeks out, oh, no, we're still Ironman.
Ironman. It's never changed. It's always Ironman.
For some reason, I thought it turned into teams. So
that'd be the smart thing to do.
It would be the smart thing. But we didn't do that.
No.
And I didn't even make it out. So for everyone was making bets on how long I'd last.
Right.
Guys.
Who won? Because someone said that you wouldn't even make
Hennessy,
it there.
I believe, was the one who won. Because he said I wouldn't even make it there. Sure enough, you and me were both scrambling to get our bikes together. Mm-hmm. And then the night of, we got it all done. I'm even paying a kid to fully prep this bike. We did a motor swap the week of and everything. Started right up, ran good, and after a couple minutes, suddenly didn't run so good. Like, it's a brand new carb. What's going on? And it started to run worse. Like, it shouldn't run worse. It was just cutting out.
Getting warmed up.
And, yeah, I think, we went through everything, and I finally just threw in the towel after swapping out every possible jet, after swapping out the CDI. I think it's the stator, which I don't just have one of those laying around. So I didn't make it out, but you did.
I did.
So tell me a little bit about this bike that you built.
I took a year ago, I started looking, because luckily I had the foresight of saying, no, we're not going to do it on our pit bikes because we will die. You wanted to do the pit bike. I said, no. I said, we need to go up a little bit, like 100, 150 size. So I went and found a 2006 CRF 150F, which is their trail bike.
Yes.
Air-cooled. And then I proceeded to ride it up and down the street after I found it, brought it home, tore it apart. Played
you
with
couldn't
it.
leave it alone. There was nothing really wrong with it, was
it? It was perfect. It was a perfectly good bike. All the parts were there, had a torn seat. Got it from a kid in Wasco. They used it on the farm to herd cattle.
Ooh.
So, but it hadn't been abused. It was perfect. It ran great. So then I tore it apart a year ago. And about the last month, I've been working my butt off. My wife probably doesn't like me anymore because I sleep 4 to 5 hours a night because I'm always there working on it. I took Friday off work. I worked on it Thursday night till about 3 a.m. And then I went back by 8 a.m. and worked on it all day, all night. Finished the bike about 2:30 Saturday morning, day of the race. Rode it in the parking lot and said, it's ready to go. So and that was with a new piston, too. That was the break-in.
What did you do to this thing?
I put the R front end on it, which is
the 150R?
The 150R front end.
Okay.
So it's got the upside-down forks. And I found a set with the Fox cartridges in them. I put a BBR, thank you, Dwayne Brown, for getting me parts. I got the BBR 195 cylinder and piston, a BBR cam. I had the cylinder, or the head ported, new valve springs, finish up the valves, a XR200 carburetor.
Now, what size is the XR200? What is that, like a 26, 28?
No, it's not. It might be a 26.
Okay.
It's like one step up from the 150 carb.
Which I don't really know.
Yeah,
but I
it's
know
just
the
it's bigger.
Are like an 8 millimeter.
Yeah. Well, I just said, Dwayne, what do you want? What carburetor did you do? And he's told me what to do. So.
Okay.
Now my pipe is stock. I just unplugged it because the pipe I ordered a few weeks ago, it'll be here like maybe tomorrow or Wednesday.
After the race.
After the race,
That's
yes.
Really helpful.
Yes.
That's really helpful. Now, tell me a little bit about how you try to shave weight. You were telling me you were trying to shave weight off this thing?
It's a race bike. And Honda overbuilds their trail bike, which is good for Honda. That thing is indestructible. But I spent 10 hours, 12 hours, shaving, drilling, grinding, re-welding the factory welds that were bad. And I lost 1.5 pounds for about 12 hours of work.
Are you, well, that is actually a lot of weight, but are you afraid with all your grinding and holes you put in there, you might possibly snap the frame?
No.
Okay.
You might possibly snap the frame.
Well, I think I've proven I can snap anything.
Yeah, I will not snap the frame. Remember, I have to go to work tomorrow, and I won't clear the doubles sometimes.
Bob, I know you may not want me to ask this.
What?
But exactly how old are you?
I'm like 57 3/4 right now. February, I turned 58.
And you're out there, you pretty much only ride pit bikes.
I do have a XR 250 that's pumped to a 300 stroker with race tech suspension. That is my trail bike, usually.
Okay.
I only have one stock bike.
Are you ever drawn to maybe get a modern new motocross or anything? Or are you just having fun on the little bikes?
Little bikes. And actually, you need to ride the 150 because it was a fun bike to ride. I mean, I broke the bike in the first lap of the 24-hour. That was the break-in lap.
So did you at least do like any warm-ups or?
No.
Nothing.
No training. I mean, I've been walking the steps at work. I do construction. We're working on the Multnomah County Courthouse. It's 18 stories. So I've been taking the steps. That's my training.
So at 57 years old, you went out to Ironman, the 24-hour race, on a air-cooled pit bike.
Yes.
With no training and with a bike that's never ran before.
Correct.
So how did it go?
It went good. The bike felt good.
Did you get much sleep before this?
No. In fact, I have a Fitbit on my arm. It keeps track. For about the last 2 to 3 months, my average is 4 to 5 hours sleep a night for the week.
How about the night before the race, the important night?
Well, at 2:30 when we finished the bike, we put brakes on the van that was towing the trailer and taking me there because it needed brakes because it was metal to metal on the rear pads. And then I went home about 5:30, took a shower, packed because I haven't even packed yet. Went back, threw everything in the trailer, and I slept between Portland and the Dalles. So an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
So you went into a 24-hour race to Ironman it on an hour and a half of sleep.
Yes.
So what?
This episode is how not to prepare for the 24-hour race.
Oh, this is what we call full send. This
Yes.
is giving 110%. Now,
Yes.
walk me through. How did the start go? Don't they do like a start where you have to run to your bike?
Well, if you're in shape, you do. If you're old
You
like
walk
me,
to your
you
bike.
walk.
Okay. How long of a
First
walk
of
is
all, we laid our bikes down.
it? Okay.
Make sure you shut your gas off, which I did. And then we went to the opposite end of the pit, which is 100, 150 yards at least.
Oh, they make you go that far. Mm-hmm. This isn't
And
a
then
25-yard dash.
No. This is a ways because you had your choice to go straight through the puddle, which was sort of deep, maybe. Who knew? Or you walk around it. So we walked around, of course. But I just walked. I was probably maybe 5 people from the end when I took off.
Well, you're Iron Man.
I know.
Though. Like, that would be smart not to blow all your
Energy.
adrenaline and stuff
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
first 10 seconds. Okay.
So, and then we just took off. First lap, I just rode, figured out where the course was, short shifted, breaking the piston in, and I came in the first lap and stopped. Okay, let's see what fell off the bike. See what we missed. Everything looked good. I drank water, my energy bars. Luckily, you told me what to do because I am not a nutrition guy.
Were you able to get some of the stuff I suggested?
Yes.
Okay. And so it held together one lap.
Yep.
And then you went out for your second.
Second lap, I threw a heater lap in. Figured, okay, I sort of know where I'm going. Let's see what the bike will do. And I think I fell down that lap. Yeah, I think about 4th gear, clipping along in the soft field, front end tucked a little bit, and whoop, over the handlebars.
Oh. How was the course?
Course was 18 miles.
Was it pretty rough? Because it's a little different every year.
Yeah. It's the first year I've run it, so I've never run any of the other courses, but it's actually pretty cool. They spent, like I said, 2 weeks building the course.
Did you go through the house?
Yes.
Nice.
You go through a barn and the house.
Oh, they went through the barn.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So that's kind of fun.
Just make sure you sort of, wiggle your handlebars. Don't be like I caught up with a gal this second lap, and she got stuck in the second door of the house. She had both feet on the wall, pushing herself back.
That's not good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, went through the house, went through the barn. There's some rock sections. Mm-hmm. Every now and then, see rocks you don't hit rocks you don't see. Mm-hmm. A lot of field, and they just zigzag through the field, and the course it's way cool. It's confusing because you'll be riding along and you'll see a guy like 100 feet in front of you, and all of a sudden he's gone, and you never catch up with him. Well, he's going the other direction. It's the track, the way it comes.
Yeah.
You could be close 20 feet away from each other.
Off, yeah.
And you're going different directions. Or he might be on the same lap. Who knows?
So
you just ride.
I
just went out there to ride. I figured it was a nice challenge. I have to do it just because.
So at what point did you start thinking, oh, I'm going to be sore?
Oh, I knew I was going to be sore like before I even started the race. I'm out of shape.
Well, when did you start getting a little winded? Let's say that. Because Ironmaning, I can't imagine there was a lot of people who signed up to Ironman for 24 hours straight. Do you know how big the class was?
No. I know I was running in 11th for most of my laps. I dropped to 13th because I think lap 6 I took like a 45-minute break. I sat down in the chair and sort of fell asleep for a couple of minutes, woke up. Okay, got to go. One of those things.
Yeah.
And then I think lap 6 I put some long johns on, an extra jersey because it was getting dark.
And
so
once dark hit, you had a light you've never tested.
Correct. All my lights I'd never tested.
Now, what did you run for a light on a CRF 150?
I sent my stator to Ricky Stator.
Okay.
I told them I wanted to run lights. This is the lights I want to run. And they sent it back to me, said I could run 100 watts and still charge my battery.
Okay.
So I had a light bar, 2 spotlights on the end of the handlebars, and 2 helmet lights.
How did it work?
It worked good.
The whole night?
Well.
Okay.
It worked good while it worked.
It worked good? Oh, man. I can say that about a lot of things. How long did it last? Did you last as long as the lights?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually had 4 laps of night riding.
Until what stopped you?
The battery died.
The battery. So were you stuck out there with no lights?
At one point, it got, no bike lights. I had helmet lights.
Oh, okay.
But when the bike doesn't start, it's a long ways away. And it died in the house.
So the bike itself died?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you get it back going again?
Let it sit a while and it fired back up, luckily.
Interesting. So
Yes.
Did it just overheat the stator? Or
I don't
why would
know.
it die? Because it shouldn't need the battery to run, right?
It shouldn't.
Maybe it just overheated the whole electrical system. Just
I don't know.
Not happy with what you're doing to it.
I don't know.
I imagine most of the parts on your bike were not happy.
Probably not happy with what I was doing, yeah. Because at that point, that was lap 10. So I'm at 100, it was 180 miles.
Ooh.
And it was 10 o'clock at night by the time I got back. So I made it 12 hours. And I said, and the handlebars started coming apart. I had some tough handlebars.
Prototypes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're sort of like flex bars.
Okay.
They started to come loose.
Ooh.
It's like, and I had a flat tire in the front. I had another wheel and tire. I had another set of handlebars. I didn't have a battery. And I thought, well, we could charge the battery for a while and go out again, or we just call it quits before I die because I'm so tired, and I'm going to do this again. Except prepare a little, maybe a couple months in advance.
Yeah. So after the light situation, you decided to call it a night?
Well, actually, the battery situation, yeah.
No, sorry, the battery
battery
situation. So after that, you decided to call it a night.
Right.
And they run till 10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
Did you do any morning laps or just called it a
No,
day?
I just called it.
It looked like there might have been a little rain.
There was some rain. It was a little muddy when I parked the bike. In fact, I went to put the bike on the stand and went, oh, man, that £1.50 made a difference because I can barely lift this bike.
Yeah, the mud sticks to your bike and adds a lot of weight.
Yes, it does.
So you called it quits. That was good enough.
Yeah.
So you did a total of 180 miles.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I'm really sore. That's how I feel. I'm really sore. This morning at work, taking the stairs, it's like, oh, man, I still can't bend down very good. My thighs are killing me.
What do you do for a living?
Construction. I'm actually a glazer. I install windows, industrial windows.
Man, no break for you. Next day, just back to work.
Back to work.
And it's not just like an office job or
No.
a desk job. Man.
No.
And then
Tomorrow
you
I'll
came-
be welding.
And you came on here to the podcast
Yes.
afterwards, too. I appreciate it,
Yes.
man. I appreciate it. Well,
So
that's wild. So you beat me because my bike would not run.
Mm-hmm.
And you got 180 miles in. So, but that's now a stepping stone. That's
Yes.
you can say you did that, and that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive, especially on a bike that you've never ridden.
No.
And it's a pit bike.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you were the top finishing pit bike.
Probably.
Did you
Although there was a team of kids on 85s.
Ah, they're 2 strokes.
I know,
They're
but
2
still,
strokes. They're kids.
I'm impressed that they're kids.
They're not adults on little air-cooled bikes.
No, that's true.
Impressive. I have all my stuff still. Once
Okay.
I get my bike running, I'm gonna get some testing in. I'm gonna do it again next year.
Yes,
But I feel like we should maybe try the 8-hour next. Because they have a
they have a 6 and a 12, I believe.
Is that what they have at Starvation Ridge?
And I think next month at maybe Eddyville there's a GP.
Well, the power of Google should help me out here.
Yes.
So let's see here.
See.
Over the Bars Gang. Guys, if you want more info on this race, you can go to overthebarsgang.com. Let's look at their schedule here. So,
I mean, I am very impressed with Over the Bars Gang. They put on a great event.
They do have a 20th anniversary GP November 10th and 11th.
Yes.
And that's their last race of the year. I'm sure they'll announce their next schedule soon because, they have a 6-hour, the 6-hour race we should definitely do.
We should.
Ironman.
We should, yeah.
And it's
Prepare
around
ourselves.
March.
March gives us enough time to prepare. I can rebuild my bike, which I'm going to do. It's got to go faster just because.
I had a bone stock DTR 125 engine in mine.
I know.
It was not fast.
Remember, I have to have a handicap. I'm old.
It was not fast whatsoever. So, yeah, we gotta try this again. I actually have an idea how to make up for it, which I'll bring up during the after show when we go back on Facebook. We talked about it a little bit.
Yes, I think it's a great idea.
We'll save that for the after show. But so you did it though. You went out and did it. You got 180 miles in. Savage, man. That's kind of savage.
I tried.
Why do you do this? Why do you?
Because I'm not very smart. I race pit bikes. Old guy, pit bikes, having fun. It's just something to do.
You have a KLX 110 that would kill most people.
Yes, a couple of them. One for sure.
What's your most built pit bike?
That's my BBR V3 frame with the 195.
What head is on it?
V2.
So it's a TB V2?
Mm-hmm.
Roller rocker?
Mm-hmm.
Good head. Solid head.
Yep.
You could always throw in a 4-valve.
I could.
If you really wanted to die.
I have my 160 is a 4-valve.
I have 2 4-valves back there, just saying.
Okay.
But no, you can't have one, though. I'm using those.
Okay, fine.
But somehow I ended up with 2 4-valves.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I did, though. I thought one was a 4-valve, and I thought one was a 2-valve. And I decided to gut the 2-valve, what I thought was a 2-valve, out of my bike to throw in the 4-valve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, they look awfully similar. Hey, throw me an 8mm.
Oh, look.
Sure enough. Look, there's 4 of them in there.
Oh, how about
I
that?
had no idea. Yeah, I had a 4-valve in there. Like, well,
okay.
That head's a lot more valuable than I thought.
There you go.
They make 2 12 kits for them, too.
I've seen that.
Is that necessary?
No. Even I think that's not necessary.
The guy who likes to build his bikes almost too far, you think that's unnecessary.
Yeah, because the 195 is, well, you could ride a 212 at PIR easy.
Man, I'm telling you, my 194 valve kind of scares me. And that's with the clutch slip in it kind of scares me because suddenly you can do jumps that you shouldn't be hitting.
Correct.
That's the problem. Is like, oh, I can hit that. Like at PIR, the step down and then the starting line table and the finish line table, you shouldn't be hucking those on a pit bike. And next thing you know, like, well, now I have to.
Yeah.
You know.
Like my bike will do everything at PIR. Doubles, triples, everything. Except with me on it, it doesn't.
Well, you just got to turn the throttle back a little more and hang on for dear life.
When you had put on the Castle Rock race?
Yes.
Mad Hatter, I believe.
The Mad Hatter, yes. Good times out
there. Yeah.
there.
Carson Brown rode my bike that weekend. He was there. I said, Carson, how much is it going to cost me for you to ride it? He said he'd ride it. He rode like 5 laps. The bike was very defective because it kept clearing all the doubles with him on it. Didn't do it with me. And he said it was good. I said, okay. good enough.
Man, Carson Brown has been on a tear, hasn't he?
Yes.
That kid's got some talent, man. Obviously, he came out to the Pit Bike National this year. I've been calling him out all year, and we had our showdown. Unfortunately, not on stock 50s like we're supposed to.
Right.
Because I thought that'd be a lot of fun. And if there's one bike I'm actually good at, it's stock 50s.
True.
But neither of our stock 50s would run that day.
Of course.
So we had to race the 110 mod pro class. And you know what? I gave it a good shot. And he smoked me. He smoked everyone. I'm like,
You could have given him a stock 50 in that class, and he'd probably been right up there.
So I went out with him in practice. I went out, got warmed up, was feeling all right, and I saw him ripping around. Like, let's just see where we're at here, because I was passing a bunch of people, but like, I want Carson Brown. So I waited for him to come by, and I kind of give him a nod, and I tuck in behind him, like, all right, let's go. After the first corner, like, oh dear God.
He doesn't slow down for corners.
I hit those whoops so fast, and I was trying to hang with him, and we were around, and he went over this. There's this double. I'm seat bouncing to try to get over, and he's scrubbing. I'm like, how? We have the same engine. Granted, he probably's got a lot more love, and mine's wore out, but how do you scrub that when I'm seat bouncing to get over?
Just to barely make it.
Two corners later, I'm like, I'm going to crash trying to keep up right now. And then he hit something that, like, I didn't even know you could do it on a pit bike. Like, I'm done. One lap, like literally I'm done. I didn't know you could do that on a pit bike. And that's basically how it went with me trying to keep up with Carson on a mod bike. Not well.
Was it last year? I think it was last year for the 125 Dream Race. I walked with Carson and Dwayne for a little bit on the track. And Carson's looking at stuff and there was a weird corner that they had set up. And he's going, I think I can hit here and make that, just shortcut it across. Okay. He just looks at stuff and goes, yeah, I can do that.
And he usually does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really impressive on, how would I put this? Well, especially bikes you should not go fast on. Like, he's he's honestly got a lot of his social media following, I think, doing stuff like that. Like, give me a 91 CR. Give me an XR 200. Give me an XR 80. He was doing scrubs and like upside down practical whips off of XR, with an XR 80. And
well, he has a video of the CRF 150F in the backyard.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
And it's going really, really fast.
Really, really fast. Yeah, he's just fast on things you should not go fast on. And I think that's why he's got a lot of his following is like, how are you doing that on that thing? Like, and he's always all these different kind of bikes, stock 50. Did you see the video he tagged me in when I first called him out? No. So I called him out for a stock 50 race. And so he released a video on Instagram like 5 days later of him. Now, granted, it had SP5s. It's not true stock, man. I noticed these. Cheater. It was not stock forks, and there was not, the cylinder
BBR
might have said
stock.
49 cc's, but come on.
Yeah, the BBR stock bike.
Regardless, though, flying. I watched that video. I'm like, I haven't even bought a stock 50 yet. And he's wheeling through an entire whoop section, scrubbing off jumps on the stocker. And it's like, oh, boy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, how did you do that? You have no... you kind of got forks, but you basically got nothing. He's really good at going fast on things you should not go fast on. I like that we still got people pit biking, though.
Yes. And it seems to be getting more.
Do you feel like it's coming back?
Yes. Especially after the National Riverdale that you put on. How many entries did you have?
178.
And we had, 50 in the stock class?
Just shy. We had 48.
Yeah, we had to have two classes because there were too many for one.
And we even split up in two classes. We didn't have enough to fit all the way across the track. Some people had to start behind. That was kind of crazy.
Yes.
So you feel like it's starting to come back. Why do you think that is?
It's cheaper than big bikes. Well, depending. I think I have more in my little bike than a big bike. In fact, I know I do. But I think there's a wider range of people to ride a pit bike.
Wider range of people?
As far as talent, you don't have to be that good. You can be a beginner or you can be a pro, still ride a pit bike.
It kind of levels the playing field, in my opinion. like you could take a junior rider and stick them with a beginner rider on a stock 110. They can be about the same speed.
Yes.
It kind of does seem to level the playing field a bit. My opinion. So, but it's always been that way. Why do you think it's coming back now? Because 4 or 5 years ago, it was hurting.
Well, economy's getting better. You have a little more money.
Yeah.
You know, that's in 08 when it sort of crashed. Everything crashed. You start getting rid of the non-essential things like pit bikes.
We have a little kid's bike that we've put perimeter frames on. Like, maybe we should sell that.
Yeah. See, that's sort of, let's see, when did I start? What year is this? 2018. So I've been racing almost 8 years in pit bikes. And so people were still getting rid of stuff back then. So technically I got into it sort of cheap.
Yeah, you got in at a good time when
because people were selling.
Starting to go down.
It was really going down, and people were selling.
Yeah, now it's not cheap because, for example, you can't buy BBR frames anymore. No. They quit producing them. So if you find one used, they want a ton. If you go to the Mini Moto Facebook page, which used to be Planet Minis.
Correct. There's some good prices.
The prices, if you want a set of, what are some of the hot sellers? Oh, Pro Circuit, like dress-up kits.
Yeah.
They're selling cam covers for like $90. Just the cam cover. A full Pro Circuit dress-up kit in mint shape goes for $350.
I have a set.
Of course you do. You have some of the rarest. You have a Ricky Carmichael BBR frame.
Yes, brand new, never put together.
Hey, I'm slowly getting to the club because you know what I got? I sent you a picture of what I got. I have a brand new, never been ridden, complete BBR 50 perimeter frame. V1. Original. I'm going to get yelled at so bad because...
You're going to ride it, aren't you?
I'm going to ride the snot out of that thing. And all the people on the Mini Moto page are like, wrap it in saran wrap and hold it onto it for 20 years because that's going to be worth a mint. Because it's never been touched. It's never been ridden. And I thought about it. I did think about it because, a never before ridden BBR, even right now it's worth a little bit of money. Wait 20 years? But, Bob, I'm not...
Lawrence there.
I'm not a big fan of some of the people like on these Facebook pages and groups who just build their pit bikes to look shiny.
I know. I
ride them. I don't ride the snot out of them. That's what they're supposed to be for, right?
I only have 2 pit bikes I don't ride. One, the RC4 frame because I bought it in a box, and then my Rig.
Your what?
The Rig, the CNC built the bike I brought here.
The Rig 70 that you brought on the last time you were on Moto Monday. Yes,
with the twin cam 150, dual overhead cam 150 motor.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's very fair. I would, set that one aside.
They only made 12 of them.
I would set that one aside. Mine, it's not anything special other than it's brand new and never been used.
Right.
So, you know what? I'm going to ride it.
There you go.
It's not autographed. It wasn't any particular. It was just a cool bike. And I think pit bikes are meant to be ridden. My opinion.
Right.
Ride them.
Now, if anyone knows Ricky Carmichael personally, can send them to me to sign my bike. I'll have him autograph it, and
that would be cool.
Yes,
that would be cool.
And Lawrence, my bike of choice to ride, big bike, is probably my 1999 XR250. That's my woods bike. Has it has a Power Roll 300 stroker motor with Race Tech suspension.
Wow. You like your air-cooled 4-strokes, don't you?
Even back then, I didn't have anything stock. Actually, that one, I bought stock. I raced Mountain View on a Sunday. Got second in the open class, in beginner open class.
Okay.
And then Tuesday night, crashed, broke a collarbone, bruised a lung, ended up in the hospital for a night. And I figured, I got 2 months of recovery. I got to build a bike. I stripped it down and sent the motor off and massaged the frame.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Yeah. and spent more on the motor and suspension than I did the bike.
Sounds about right, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely for you, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now you've done a variety of pit bike events, or even events that shouldn't be done on a pit bike, but you did it on a pit bike anyways, like this past weekend.
Yes.
What are some of the the standouts as far as like the fun factor? What did you have the most fun at? Because I know you've been to California, you've been to a lot of my events.
I went to Del Mar just because.
Just because Del Mar down at what track? It was
at the Del Mar Raceway, the horse track. They had a big indoor arena that they.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't because they have a few different tracks there.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
They actually built a track for the indoor arena.
Okay.
But that was sort of a bogus deal.
It
was basically for the big bikes.
Okay.
And then after an hour after the big bikes is how much time we had to play.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So I drove 1,100 miles for about an hour of riding.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. So.
Well, what would you say is some of the most fun, though?
Castle Rock was really fun.
The Mad Hatter?
The Mad Hatter. Although the last one, the National, was fun, especially with the night.
Oh, you did the night race. What bike did you do the night race on?
My mod.
Your V3?
No. V3 I blew up.
Oh, you did it on...
In practice,
the
I blew.
178 mod? Is that what it is?
It's the 164 valve in there right now.
Oh, it's a 164? Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought you had the Scut kit in that one.
I do have a 178 motor. It's sitting on the floor.
I can't keep track of your pit. But how many do you own? I think I have you beat now.
I'm sure you do. Let's see, I have...
Maybe not in value, but...
Let's see, 4 right there. And then I have a CRF 50. That was the granddaughter's bike. That was the very first one I bought. I rode it a little bit and decided I have to buy another one because the adults are going to ruin this one. She won't have a bike to ride. So then I bought my Stalker. That's the one I crashed on. See, I can't have a stock bike. I crash or got taken out hard. So there's 2. Let's see. Then the Rig is 3, BBR, Mod, RC4. Do I have more? Oh yeah, I've got a Slow Racer chassis.
You have a Slow Racer chassis?
Yeah, it's in Arkansas. Brian's got to send it to me. In fact, I had to buy that bike. It was a roller, and it had the Rig parts on it that I needed to finish my Rig. So I bought that, and I just had him send me the parts I needed. And I said, send the rest later.
I would kill for a Slow Racer frame.
Yeah, I have one.
And it's really sad because the Slow Racer frame became the SSR, and SSR had a killer Mini that he helped them design the whole chassis layout, and it was CRF 70 based,
right?
And then they just quit making them. And I kind of took it for granted because they're everywhere. Now everyone's like just holding on to them and they won't let them go. If you can get an original Slow Racer frame, those are even way more rare. But the SSR was pretty much a carbon copy. He designed them. It is based off of his, just made over in China.
Really?
But yeah, it's all the exact same geometry. Everyone just holding on to them tightly. Jeff Willow, I'm sure, still has a couple more, but he won't give them up. So you would say most fun race though? Maybe the Mad Hatter?
They're all fun, really. That's why we ride pit bikes, because it's fun.
Yeah.
I always laugh when you see an ad, kid has outgrown the bike.
Yeah, right.
No. You never outgrow a pit bike.
So what do you think is going to happen next year? We're going to see more pit bikes?
I think so.
You think we're going to see more pit bike events?
I hope so. We got PIR Thursday night accepting pit bikes at least once a month.
Yes, Thursday night motocross at Portland International Raceway. They let us, I want to say a huge thank you to the Wilders. They let us once a month have a pit bike class out there.
In fact, they even threw in an extra one, I think.
Back to back, because there were so many riders for the pink race.
Right.
They did another one, and they donated all the funds from that pit bike race into the pink fund.
Right.
So that was cool. And the turnouts have been good. What do you think we've been averaging? Like 15 riders, maybe?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Almost full gates.
Yeah, not bad. And so Riverdale, you didn't show up to that one.
No.
Riverdale had a halftime show that was free.
Yes.
And we have pit bikes and pit bike lights. Pit bike lights is basically anything that's 50 based or stock 110.
There you go.
And then the pit bike class is open to anything that, I mean, from 150s down, anything that's a pit bike.
Oh, I ride my 150?
Yeah.
A cheater bike?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
And we had, I think we're only 2 gates shy of a full gate.
Nice.
Not bad. And they have a 28-man gate there.
Really?
26 pit bikes.
Perfect.
Not bad. Well, the cost helps.
Yeah.
But not
still,
bad.
That shows that people are bringing their big bike and their pit bike.
Yes. So I got a good feeling heading into 2019 we're going to see some more pit bikes showing up to the tracks. I mean, what do you think?
I think so.
Feeling it? I'm kind of curious, though. Are some of these promoters going to start offering more events?
I hope so.
You already know I am. I'm going to do what I can. But these other tracks, there's a lot of tracks around here. I think they've noticed.
I know, doesn't Monroe have indoor racing all winter long? They have a winter series.
They have a pit bike. I think they call it pit bike and then heavy hitters.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they have a pretty good turnout.
I know. Looking at results, not bad, not bad.
A couple of years ago, Dwayne said they had like 40 pit bikes one night. They had to run 2 classes.
We're going to have to coordinate with Dwayne and
go up
one
there.
particular night, have him bring all the boys, and we'll bring up a bunch of people from up here.
Yes.
I'm sorry, down here
to
Monroe, and make a good showing.
Yeah.
I'll just bring all the pit bikes. Do you know how many I'm up to right now?
Knowing you, the way you buy them, now are these all together or just parts?
Complete bikes.
Complete bikes, I'm going to say 10.
15.
Okay.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
Now, quality, I got a couple, I got an old school SDG. You know, side note, intern Joe, I think this is the quietest you've ever been.
I turned my mic off for my throat clearing.
Okay, we're going to need
actually, earlier you couldn't hear, my mic's off right now, but Justin, you can hear me. Earlier I thought I turned my mic off, but it was Bob's.
Oh, good job.
Early. I got it. I cut it.
Nice.
We're going to need you to hop back on in a moment, though. But where was I going with all that? Oh, yes. I have an old school SDG. That's worth all of about $200 on a good day.
Oh, good.
But we're going to fix it up, and we're going to stick a 170 roller rocker in it.
Perfect.
Perfect, right? It's even got the banana swing arm and everything. We're going to just send it.
A death trap. Excellent. That's...
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay.
Let's see.
That's usually what my pit bikes are called when other people ride them.
See, I really, really want one death trap pit bike just for the hell of it. Because you should see my extra motor collection. I have 7 extra pit bike motors back there, including a Katako dual red cam, 194 valve. You know, I have multiple 170s just because they're easy to come by.
See, I only have 4 extra motors. 2 of those are blown up.
All Justin's are blown.
No, all the bikes just have little issues.
15.
But I want to take a bike.
All rolling chassis.
The smallest chassis I can stick the biggest engine in. And just for the fun of it. Like, we're talking like maybe the bike you saw in the back room here that I just bought. That's a stock Honda 50 basically.
Can you shove a CR 500 motor in that?
Well, no. But I could bolt in one of my 170s.
Okay.
And I want to go to the tracks one day and just like let one of my buddies, or even better, bring someone who we all have that friend. Like, oh, I used to race back in the day.
True.
You know?
Yes.
Even though you've never been on a dirt bike in your life, huh? We all have that one friend.
So here's a bike for you.
What? Just take them to the track, have them come watch. Like, I'll pay your entry fee. Just come out, hang out for a practice day. Hey, you want to ride one of the pit bikes? You're a former pro racer from '93, remember? And let them sit on that and try to at least do a start.
There you go.
Because, I mean, let's be real. A 170 and a stock chassis, I don't know if I could keep the front end down.
Probably not. Maybe if you put a 50-pound weight over the fork or out on the front fender.
You know how sketchy that would be? Because they're about 15 horsepower in a stock Honda chassis with that little stubby swing arm. It's full death trap. Yeah. I think if you hit the gas hard enough, it would bunny hop.
There's a chance.
Just let them ride it. Just like, here you go.
It's fine. I let you ride mine, and you came back and said, "No, this is wrong."
I'm slowly getting used to the ways of the 190s.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
taken me a while. I wasn't used to it. I'm sold on your tire setup, though. Tell people how you run your front tire on your full mods.
You run a 14-inch rear tire on the front.
IRC is the way to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
A 14-inch rear tire on the front.
Yes. Some people like it, some don't.
Dwayne Brown tells me he's not a fan, but
He's
Carson
not a fan.
likes it.
Carson likes it. And Carson Brown came up with that idea. Carson
Really?
said he needed more tire, so Dwayne started some research and found something.
Yeah, because the IRC has a really skinny rear tire option, and
Mm-hmm.
that was why I think that was the way to go. I'm in love.
It's big on the front.
You
It's
sold
skinny.
me on it.
Yeah.
I tried it for the first time this year when I took my SSR and decided to stick a 194 valve in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this bike is twitchy. I had to go get my suspension done. I had to go to JMR. I was like, listen, it doesn't handle anymore. We're going way faster now.
Yeah.
And I got my suspension done. It was still twitchy. I threw that front tire on. Like, oh.
There you go.
There we go. Now I still need to find out ways to keep the carb on.
You need some safety wire or something.
I've given
Zip
up.
ties, glue,
I
something.
did have a faulty boot. Found out I did have a faulty boot, so
Okay.
I replaced the boot, and it's been doing good.
Okay.
But some of my boots, I think I've had them for too many years, and so they've gotten a little cracked and hardened.
Mm-hmm.
But how many DNFs have I got this year from my
Several.
car falling
Several.
off? And well, the worst one was my last one. I had a 2 straightaway lead at PIR. Huge lead, and it's suddenly coming down a straightaway.
Brr.
Oh. And then I look down, there's the carb just hanging. Like,
Can you hold
God,
it on?
Yeah, and I hear the announcer just making fun of me. Oh,
Yes.
man.
I just got a text on my phone from Michael Hill, which Michael Hill and Todd Hill, thank you so much, you guys. They helped me put my bike together. That's one of my sponsors, Pacific Auto Trim.
Okay.
He saved my butt. He towed me out there. He stayed awake the whole time. Michael is the 17-year-old pro flat tracker. And he just sent a text saying that pit bike TT at Salem Indoor all winter long.
Oh, do we need to try it?
Yes, we should. Yes, we should. We need to go TT.
I feel
on
like
pit
an
bikes.
XR100 with slicks. Bone stock XR100
There
is the
you
way
go.
to go.
That might be a good choice. I don't own one of those yet.
I don't own one either. Hey,
Michael,
Intern Joe, turn
I need
mic
your
on.
XR100.
Yeah.
Intern Joe, at one point in our friendship, you owned 5, right?
No, I own 3 and James owned 3.
Okay, so you had 6 in your garage.
Yeah.
XR100s? Good man.
Yeah, we just every time we saw one, we just bought it.
But
And they're
how
always
many-
$1,000.
Oh, okay.
And they're always worth $1,000, so
Yeah.
it's like money in the bank.
Yes.
And why do you not have one anymore?
Because I sold my 3.
Why?
I had to feed the pros. I know.
I feel like
know.
these pros that you've been supporting should pitch in and buy you another XR100
That's
Yeah,
right.
Or like a new 150.
or a new CRF 150F.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, would you agree?
Yes.
Because I think we need to get him out to one of these races.
Yes.
At least Ironman the 6 hour with us.
Exactly.
Joe, would you said you have to do one race, remember?
Yeah.
Would you Ironman a 6 hour?
Maybe. I mean, I could talk to Hanson. I'm sure he'd let me run one of his bikes if I put a new top end in it.
Okay.
They're all at my house.
What is an
Oh.
XR100 piston? $22?
Yeah, something like that. But if
Okay.
you're going to buy it, you might as well just do a BBR 120.
Well, there you are.
Fair, fair.
That'll
Little
cost more than
but
$22.
Yeah.
They're not that bad though.
No,
No.
they're not.
The
They're like,
120 kits are pretty cheap.
yeah, they're like
Yeah.
$150 or something.
Oh,
They're
really?
cheap.
I threw
Right
one
on.
in mine because I had an XR100 I had for off road and destroyed it in an off road race.
Of course you did.
Hey, I was in the lead in the 250C class.
Oh, there you
I
go.
was in the lead, and I had a good lead going. But
And you didn't have suspension or anything on it, did you?
I had stock bars.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But slowly, little by little, parts started to fall off. Teeth started to come off the sprocket, and then I had engine mount bolts coming out, and then
Now,
The
see,
brake-
I did Loctite my bike together when I put it together.
me too. I still didn't run though.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think that's a good plan. We'll get intern Joe to maybe do the 6 hour race. That's in March. Plenty of time to plan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good idea. So we're gonna have to wrap this up here in a few minutes, but you're a crazy pit biker that tried to go Ironman, a 24-hour race.
On a
and
150.
It was our idea, and I know I failed on coming through on that. I'm gonna.
Well, now, to be fair, there were like 6 of us that were going to do this. right?
I made it to the bitter end.
I mean, there were 6, and somehow 4 didn't even attempt. At least you made an attempt. You bought a bike for the purpose of the race. 2 bikes, yes. You actually put effort into it. I just did it all wrong with no sleep. I mean, Wednesday night I had a bare frame. I put the motor in the frame on Wednesday night after work, and built it. By Saturday morning at 2:30, it was ready to run.
So next time we do an off-road race, we should definitely plan a little better.
Right. We could write the book on how not to prepare for the 24-hour race.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
At least you made it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't, and I'm still a little grumpy about it. I had to go buy a pit bike this weekend just to feel better about it.
Oh, there you go.
I was so angry, and I was up late, and I was just in a bad mood. Like, I cannot believe after all this prep, after paying the $100 entry fee, after buying 2 TTR pit bikes,
yes,
just to put them together to run, and all this, I didn't make it out there. But you did. So I'm proud of you, man. Making mini gladiators proud. So I got something for you.
Oh.
As per norm on the show,
okay.
I got you a bar of the 110 Clothing Moto Soap. The newest.
Right on.
I call them flavors. They're scents, whatever.
Okay.
Bropberry. So,
will it make me go faster?
Possibly.
Okay. Cool.
So that's not for your bike. That's for you.
Oh, okay.
That's for you or your wife or whoever wants it. So the newest Bropberry.
Right on.
Blueberry scent.
Okay.
But, I want to appreciate... can't even talk. I'm stuck on pit bikes. Gotta snap out of it. I appreciate you coming on the show, especially right after that race, man.
No problem.
That's just craziness. So, to sum it all up, you survived.
I survived.
You made it almost 200 miles on an air-cooled 150.
Yes.
And would you do it again?
Of course. I'll do it again next year.
And you're going to keep racing next year?
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a fun race. It's the first lap. You just try to figure out where the course is. And then, like I did, the bike was held together. I said, okay, we're ready to go. Next 2 laps, I tried to do a heater lap, which I fell. Second lap. Third lap, I actually stopped for about 10 minutes and helped a guy. Came up on a guy that was laying on the ground with no helmet on, holding his arm. I'm thinking, I'm an Ironman class. I got time. I stopped. He probably broke a collarbone and some ribs. So about 10, 15 minutes to get someone out there to him. Got him in. They came out in a Razor. We put him in the Razor. I parked his bike off to the side. They took off. I took off. So my heater laps were, I was probably 45 minutes a lap for 18 miles.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Wow, okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
So you want to maybe try this again next year?
Yeah. Do a team for sure.
No,
but I'm thinking I might Ironman it. I know Michael and Todd, they both want to do a team.
Okay.
So it's going to be a toss-up between team or Ironman.
You think we can talk some more pit bikers into doing this with us?
I hope so.
I would hope so. There's a lot of people who said, "Oh yeah, that'd be fun," and they didn't
bailed
show up,
on
man.
us.
They didn't show up.
Yeah.
So just saying. Hashtag JS, as intern Joe would say. At the very least, though, we should get Joe to go out and do the 6 hour with us.
I'm going to try to do the 6 hour, the 12 hour, any GP race that I can do, which last year I did the spring GP at Eddyville. And I learned that it just kicked my butt because I was dehydrated. I didn't drink enough. I figured hour and a half race. I don't need my Camelback. No, lap 1 and 2 were good. Lap 3 was my fast lap. Lap 4, about halfway through, I started getting a little woozy. Head felt funny. I started slowing down to make sure I didn't fall. I stopped, puked, finished the race, and then my hands just curled up, and that was it when I finished the race.
We'll talk. We'll get you on a good hydration program for more of these. I'm glad some of your suggestions kind of worked out for you, though.
Yes, they did.
Good.
Ensure, Pedialyte, energy bars, bananas. I stopped every lap like you said you were going to do. I did. I just ate and drank and took off.
and it got you almost 200 miles in on a pit bike.
On a pit bike.
That's crazy.
And it still runs good.
We're definitely going to have to do some more of these.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm tearing the bike apart, making it better.
All right.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So, in summary, pit bikes are awesome. We're going to keep pit bike racing.
Yes.
And Bob, Bob, are you going to be doing this when you're 60?
Yeah.
When are you going to stop?
When I can't walk?
I like it. That's giving 110%, man.
Yeah. When I can't walk, or if I can't walk, at least get on the bike and go. You don't have to touch the ground.
I appreciate what you're doing because, you know, I think a lot of people are really becoming sissies, man.
Yeah.
Like, you get a bunch of pros complaining about if a lip is not properly prepped, or if these, you know, all that berm's all blown out, or oh, it's sprinkling and stuff. Which, okay, we can all have our moments. We can all be prima donnas, but man, I like people who just go out and ride. Like, that's how it should be.
Let's see here.
So, like I said, we're gonna have to wrap this up
Yeah.
in just a moment. But before we do, anyone you want to thank? And is there any closing words of wisdom?
I just want to thank Michael, Todd, Blake, my electrician buddy. He got my lighting figured out for me because I'm not electrical. Junior, where I have all my stuff, all my welding, most of my work on the bike was done there. Owns Eurotech, Volkswagen guy. I have a spot in his shop, so do all my work. And now that I have my bike done, I have to go work on his stuff. And Over the Bars gang, thank you for putting on such a cool race. It really is a feat that they have done for a 24-hour race. It's well organized. And Tim, thank you for getting me the pit. I hadn't even pre-entered. I didn't do anything. I sent Debbie an email like on Thursday night or something that I was coming. And Tim had got me a pit and everything. So trying to help me out.
Action figure Tim?
Action figure Tim.
All right.
Yep, action figure Tim.
All right.
And anyone that didn't run me over, thank you. That was good. Although I got clipped coming into a corner.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
I know. I'm coming into the corner, and all of a sudden this guy blows by and catches my elbow.
Not very nice at
So,
all.
wow, okay.
Your
and
wife for putting up with
the
you?
wife for putting up with me, yes. Yes, that's the big one right there. I don't know how she does it half the time. I'm never home. When I am, I'm asleep for a very short time.
Very short time, from the sounds of it.
In fact, I think she kissed me goodbye this morning, but I don't remember. I was asleep. So, and you, of course, for making pit bikes great again. And you're promoting.
I just think they're way too much fun to get. Like, I've ran events with 5 riders. I've literally ran events with 5 riders, and I don't really care. It's too much fun to give up on.
You ran an event with you and I were the only ones that stayed for it.
Yes.
Mountain View.
Mountain View.
Everybody else bailed because it was like 105 degrees or something.
It was so hot.
It was hot, but we went and rode anyhow.
Everyone was just gone, went to the river, and like, Bob, you and me.
Let's go ride.
Let's go ride our pit bikes. And must have sweated out about 3 gallons of water.
Probably.
It was fun.
It was fun. We rode the big track. We rode the little track. I fell down. You were wondering where I was.
I feel like I had a bike malfunction right after, though. I made it only like 2-3 corners after I had something.
Something like that, yeah. And it was hot, and we were tired, so we said, okay, we're done.
Yeah, axle or something. I think I lost my axle nut. Because I've done that a few times.
Yeah. Something.
But who knows? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Good times, though. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. I appreciate you for all the work that you do for
It's
pit
too
bikes.
much fun to give up on, man.
It is.
I literally have way too much fun on pit bikes. Just give up on it. I ain't going to do it. I don't care if I have 1 rider, if I have 200 riders. I've ran events with everything in between. It's too much fun just to give up on.
There you go.
So, well, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
And intern Joe, any final words from you before we shut this down? We're going to do an after show here in just a few minutes on Facebook. Anything you want to say?
No, we'll get it on the after show. We're good.
That okay.
Sorry.
Intern Joe, you're gonna do the 6 hour with us.
6 hour.
Yes.
And guys, I have a fundraiser idea I'll bring up on the after show. Thank you all for listening. Go out there, live life, give 110%. Don't just be another one of the sheep. Don't just, man, you only live life once.
One
You
time.
only get one shot. When you're sitting on the couch playing your 4th hour of Fortnite on your laptop, stop for just a moment and think, like, could I be doing something a little cooler? Could I be doing something a little wilder, like riding a pit bike at a 24-hour endurance race? Just, I don't know, go do some cool stuff. Don't sit on the couch. That's just go do some cool stuff and give 110%. We're going to get out of here. We're going to start our after show in just a few minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Moto Monday number 72, Bob McAllister.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on, sir.
Anytime.
We'll be back next week.
All right. Bye.
Shut us down, Joe.
All right.
Push some buttons, see what happens.